So this velvet jacket, we've got to make sure that we cut it all in one direction. That's the most crucial part. And then the secondary problem that you have with this is that you have to make sure to overlock this, because there is no way that you can otherwise keep this material intact. Now the length of this, I'm going to keep this 48 inches, and then we're going to have the additional border at the bottom of it. This is the inner portion, and we're going to have portions of here that we're going to take out for the armhole. So it's really the outer line of any dress that you're using, except that here we're keeping it slightly in because we're taking off the bottom, because we're going to make it wider at the bottom. Now there is, because we have to cut in the one direction, it's going to have certain amount of wastage that's going to come out from these portions. But unfortunately there's nothing we can do. Now this is the unsalvaged edge, which I'm going to leave to have as the front opening. I'm not going to make it overly wide, so this is the width of the fabric itself. So the width of the jacket is going to be basically the width of the fabric, which is 44 inches, and I bought 3¼ yards of this fabric for making this. Anybody was interested. So here I've measured it up to the waistline, and then 4 inches below the waistline, where the sort of length of the waistline up to the waist is 16 inches, and then 4 inches from one side, 4 inches to the other side is generally where you dart the kameez. And then from this point I've measured 9 inches, and from the 9 inches up to the waist point, leaving about 5 inches on between the edge to the middle seam. I've done a straight line from there to there. So this piece measures, on the hemline it measures 10 inches, on the waistline it measures 5 inches, and the 5 inches depth is from the 16 inches from the shoulder down to 16 inches down to waistline, and the waistline then extends further inches, 4 inches below, and that's one distance. And then from there up to the point of, I've done a straight line, and also to the top of the shoulder I've slightly increased it about half an inch. So this is the first cut. And then this cut is actually going to be reattached back to the dress with this center portion coming out. So the armhole is a little bit wider, longer than normal armhole, because it's a jacket, and I want it. I'll probably shape it after I've done the seams. What I've noticed in the past is, if you shape it absolutely correctly, you end up messing up later on. So I've widely cut this. I'm going to connect these seams, and then I'm going to re-measure it and actually define it then, because I don't really want to take the gamble. This fabric does fray as well, so you've got to bear in mind to cut generously for that. This is the insertion where we're taking out. I want to take this out and then give you a little bit of precise measurements. So this now is going to get reconnected back up to give the shape to the jacket. And then if we need to shape this a little bit more, we will do after we've attached the for a minute I was thinking, I'm sure I've cut into this. Okay, it's a bit too fine the cut. Okay, so what you're looking at here is, once you separate these, nicely stuck together. Now there's no shape for the neckline and so on yet, so we're gonna reattach this back up, both of the seams, and then hopefully mark for the neckline. I'm going to pipe it up as well, all the way up, before I cut the shape out for the neckline, and also if I need to cut how much of the shoulder we're going to drape and so on. I haven't done any cuttings. All I want to do is initially just do that seam and get that over and done.